All right, listen closely, very closely. We are seduced as human beings into believing that events control our lives and that our environment has shaped who we are today. No greater lie was ever been told to the human race. It's not the events of our lives that shape us, but it's our beliefs as to what these events mean to us. Can I get an amen right there? Like that was probably the juiciest thing, probably the most important thing I will ever say, at least in the next 24 hours, just right there. If you guys like that, can you drop an amen down below if you like that? And as you guys are jumping on, if you're watching it live, just drop down the word live. Let's do live. If you're watching this live, I want to know live. Or if it's going to be a replay, just go ahead and drop down the word replay. And I would love to come on here and say hi to you. And for other you guys that know me, I just want to say hi again. Some of you guys I just talked to yesterday. Some of you guys just talked to today. Some of you guys I just got off the phone with you. But if I don't know you, my name is Sherry Hollenbach. And what we're doing is for the next 20-something days, I decided to try something I've never done before. And I'm opening up all of us to come in and play in the sandbox. The sandbox that's going to allow us to grow and do and be more. Not just in money, but also in intelligence and insights and love and energy and physical body. Just getting yourself to go do the thing you want to go do, but you can't get yourself to do it. Are any of you guys ever want to go get yourself to go do the thing, but you can't get yourself to do it? Like, can you drop a hashtag, oh no? Hashtag, oh no. If you really want to get yourself to do it, but you can't get yourself to do it. Hashtag, oh no, if that's going to be you. But don't worry, I got your back. So right now, today, we're going to be going over chapter 4 of the book. And so if you guys read the chapter, high five right there. If you didn't read the chapter, that's okay. I still love you. And I got your back because I read it for you. So what I want to also highlight just really quick is I have been completely blown away, inspired at the level of comments all of you guys have been doing in this beautiful community here. We're all in here. It's a safe zone here. We're all here to go collaborate, answer questions, and go back and forth on our understandings of this book and understandings of our life. And my inbox has been blowing up. I love the heart buttons. Thank you so much. If you guys have gotten growth since watching these videos, by the way, smash the heart button. I'm just wondering where we're at. But my inbox has been blowing up with the amount of questions you guys have. And I can tell based on the questions, the depth of the questions, how much you really know and how much you don't know, which is cool. I love everybody. But the depth of the questions I've been getting asked in my inbox, mind blown, period. So what I'm going to be doing is these lessons I'm teaching you, they're the best lessons in the entire world, because I can say that with authority because none of these lessons are mine. They're the Tony Robbins, they're the Bob Proctors, they're the Jim Rohns, they're the Bible, for crying out loud. Like, this stuff is legit and it works. But I feel like the whole world needs to know about this. So I don't have physical time to go and do one-on-one coaching. I've gotten asked that a lot. I'm actually booked out for the next 24 months, which is a blessing. I'm very grateful for that. But I do want to help spread this message. And so what I want to go and do is anybody, if you feel compelled to share this, just drop down the word share in the very bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate everybody that shared throughout the week, put your names in a little juicy box, and draw one person out. Every single week for these next 3 weeks. We're only going to do this 3 times. And if your name gets drawn out, then you're going to have a one-on-one coaching session with yours truly. And if you think we go deep on these, you just better watch out when I have you all to myself. So with that said, let's get back over here to the chapter. Two men. This interviewer comes in. This is a story in the book at the very beginning. The interviewer comes in. They're going to be doing this live story on these 2 brothers. And these 2 brothers was raised by this dude that was in prison pretty much his whole entire life. He's in and out of prison. He's currently incarcerated right now for murder. But he's in and out of prison his whole entire life for beating up his wife, beating up his girlfriend, for alcohol, DUI, drugs, assault, his whole entire life. But one of those rare chances he was actually out of prison, he had not 1 but 2 kids. So 2 brothers, fast forward to the mid part of their life. They get interviewed by this TV station. And the first brother, the guy comes in and asks him about his life, and the guy is happy. He's making a 6-figure income. He's at the top of the corporate world. He has not 1 but 3 kids, a perfect wife, and he is genuinely so happy, so juicy, just so full of love and energy. And then the second brother, raised in the exact same environment, raised by the exact same dad, exposed to the exact same toxicity, the other brother, what happens to him is He has spent his whole entire life in and out of prison. In fact, he's currently incarcerated right now. Hello, Cody. Hello, John. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Tobin. Hello, Robert. Hello, Keith. Oh my gosh, Larry and John. There's all my friends. I didn't see you sneak on here. As you guys are dropping in, drop a hey, girl, hey. Just so I know you're here. I just want to talk. But the second brother in and out of prison, he's currently incarcerated for attempted murder. He's beat all of his spouses. He's beat his kids. Like, he followed in the exact same pathway as his dad. And so the interviewer asked both these brothers separately. And by the way, they don't know they're both being interviewed. And the interviewer says, okay, tell me, with your type of environment you grew up in, how did you turn out the way you turned out? And both brothers responded identical without knowing they were both being asked this question. And what they both said was, with a dad like mine, how could you expect me to turn out any other way? Oh my God! Can you drop your favorite emoji down below if that impressed you right there? Same events, same story, same two different people, but they have two different meanings on it. That's right. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Shandon. Hi, Greg. All right, second story. Do you guys want to hear another story? Do you want to do story time? Hashtag story time if you want me to tell just one more. I got a couple of them in me. All right, story time number 2. No, okay, you got it. Story number 2, Mr. Terry. 2 guys, true story, were prisoners of war. And if you guys know anything, I don't know because I've never experienced it, but I have read a lot of stories about the type of abuse, the type of injustice, the type of inhumane treatment that takes place whenever you're a prisoner of war. But 2 guys were prisoners of war. They were beaten daily. They were stripped down naked. They were tormented. They were humiliated. They were taken. Everything around them was taken away. They should not be alive in the conditions they were exposed to. One guy there, same event, but one guy there looked at this event and said it's better off to be dead than to live in this hell because there's no way out. So he commits suicide. The other guy, in the exact same environment, exact same situation, says, you know what this means to me? This means I was given a gift from God. A gift from God that my life is supposed to be a representation to serve humankind, to representation to everybody, that to explain what the human spirit can really endure. That there is no challenge, there is no traumatic incident, there is no pain that the human spirit cannot overturn, that the human spirit cannot live through. So my life I was given this experience as a gift to show that if I can do it, everybody else can do it. And he went on to fulfill that dream, and he inspired then tens of thousands of people to date. 2 people, same event, 2 totally different meanings. You want to hear one more, Stephanie? You want to hear one more, John, Stu, Mike? Do you guys want to hear just one more? I got one more. Do you want to hear one more? Or you want to stop? If you want me to stop, just say stop and I'll stop. If you want to hear more, just hit the heart button and I'll give you some more. Okay, I'll give you some more. You talked me into it. Okay, number 3 story. 2 people hit 70 years old. True story. First lady's like, okay, I hit 70 years old. That means I'm going to die. So let me get my will in place and let me basically prepare to die. Second lady hit 70 years old. And she's like, what does 70 years old mean to me? Oh, it means, this is part 2. How about I go start mountain climbing? True story, 70 years old. So she spends the next 25 years, a quarter of a century, the next 25 years practicing mountain climbing, never worked out a day in her life until 70, 25 years practicing mountain climbing, and in her 90s, she became the oldest woman in history to climb Mount Fuji at age 90. Helga Brooks. Can you drop a hashtag? Wow, I don't know if that inspired you, but it super inspired me. Same event, 2 different meanings. Period. So what does this mean to you? It means everything. Let me just tell you what this means. It's never the events. Listen closely. This is a quote. It's never the events, not the environment, but the meaning we attach to the events that shapes who we are today and who we become tomorrow. See, our meanings we put behind events is what dictates, a hero to be a hero or a Ted Bundy to go be a Ted Bundy. Is the meaning we put behind events. It's what dictates someone that just wakes up every day happy, just juicy, just peace, not this fake happy, but genuine inner peace happiness. Do you guys know anybody that's those happy people? By the way, let's just do a gut check really quick, Donna. Nancy, John, Greg, gut check from 1 to 10. How are you guys feeling right now? 10 being so juicy, you're about ready to explode. 1 being, I'm on the verge of falling asleep. 1 to 10, where are you at right now? I just want to know 1 to 10. But the meanings in life dictate the difference between those super happy people versus those people who are in 7 different types of depression medication, and it's not their first experience. They've been living this life of misery for the last 10 years. It's the meanings that dictate which way people go. And coming back to this, is there's 2 things that gets pointed out in the book, is meanings. 2 things about meanings is whenever the brain sees an event. See, if you guys can write this down, write down the word event. Write down the word event. And then right after an event takes place, write down the word meaning. So event, meaning, and then write down emotional reaction. I was just teaching this on a call earlier this morning to people over in Ohio, over in Montana, over in Wyoming, over in, I think we had a Tennessee on there. If you guys were on, by the way, drop a me if you guys were on that call. I'm just curious who's all watching from that call this morning. But anyways, number 2, whenever the brain thinks about an event that takes place, it immediately thinks, okay, number 1, what does this event mean? Does it mean pain is coming or pleasure is coming? Pain or pleasure, what's this event going to mean? And number 2, it says, okay, what do I have to do to avoid pain and gain pleasure? Immediately. That's how the brain dictates its meaning. And see, listen to this right here, is most of our beliefs are generalizations about the past based on our interpretations. And I really want to highlight the word interpretations, Rhonda. Stu, Greg, Carrie, I just love you guys. Most of our beliefs are generalizations about our past based on our interpretations of how painful or pleasurable experiences were. Interpretations. Number 3. I say number 1, but I'm actually stuck on number 3. But let's start with number 1 first. Do your hands ever do things like, does your hands ever do things that your mouth says something different, or like you do? Anyway, I don't know if can anyone relate to that? Can you hashtag relate if I'm talking to you? Hi, Tyler. Hey, Darko. Hey, Lane. Hi, Tracy. Okay, so 3 things you need to know is number 1, most people do not consciously decide what they are going to believe. We've talked about this. You don't decide what you're going to believe. It was decided by your parents, decided by your coworkers, decided by your childhood. And it wasn't even decided by them. It was decided by their parents and their parents, right? So they're not even, your convictions you have right now, they're not yours. They're your parents. Your beliefs you have right now, unless you consciously designed them, they're not yours. They're your parents. They're whoever raised you. They're whoever was around you the most. Okay, number 2. Often our beliefs are based on a misinterpretation of the past experiences. Meaning the event took place, but as a 2-year-old kid, we can't really understand. Like, we don't really understand what's going on, so we place what this event is supposed to mean to us. Or even as a grown-up adult. There's actually a study that was done by multiple universities, Stanford, Harvard universities, where they actually... There's these different experiments to see how accurate the human brain was at predicting what the actual meaning was, the true meaning was. And the brain was like 98% wrong. Like, everyone screwed up the meaning. Like, whenever the person looked at you this way, it did not mean what you think. Whenever the person didn't answer your phone call, it did not mean what you think. Whenever the weather shifted, it did not mean what you think. Whenever this other guy got a promotion, whenever this other thing, like, it doesn't mean what you think. You make it up in your brain. There's a study saying that 98% of our meanings created are lies. The brain's really good at doing that, isn't it? Don't you love I love the brain. If you guys love your brain, smash the heart button, because it can serve you very well if you learn how to consciously direct it, which we're learning here. Here we go. Number 3 of that. We have homework at the end, so just hang in there. Number 3, once we adopt a belief, we forget it's only a misinterpretation. So once we actually adopt the belief, whether it's at age 2, age 4, age 6, or last week, once we actually adopt the belief, we forget it's just a misinterpretation, which is 98% wrong based on studies. We forget it's only a misinterpretation. We treat our beliefs as a reality, not just our reality, but how it should be. Well, that's when it gets dangerous. When we have our beliefs and we believe that's how it should be. And it's gospel. So because just how you feel like this, that's how the whole world should feel. Just because you feel like this is how it's supposed to happen, that's how it should happen. We try to make the outside world fit our inside of how we think it should be. Our beliefs, our convictions, our preferences, what we like, what we don't like. We try to make the outside world, which has nothing to do with you. It's been around for 13.8 billion years, by the way. We think we can actually make them look like the inside world, and that equals suffering. Can you guys do hashtag disgusting? Trying to make the outside world look like the inside world, which, by the way, who's guilty of that? Can you drop a 2 down below if you're ever guilty of that? I'm dropping a whole bunch of 2s. It's a daily work on surrendering to not trying to make the outside world look like the inside world. That's a whole nother Facebook Live. But if you guys are guilty trying to do that, drop a 2 down below. But that's a formula for suffering. Somebody was talking to me about this just earlier in the week. Okay, so here's our homework. What do we do? What do we do about this? What I want you to understand is this. Beliefs have the power to create or destroy a life. Your life, my life, our friend's life. Beliefs have the power to create or destroy life. 2 examples. One person that was raped. I used to work at the sheriff's office for a long time. Let's just say a long time. You know, who knows why? Who knows why people come to prison or jail, whatever. But let's say one person is raped. They have that event mean that they're worth nothing, that they have no value to add, that they were a mistake, that their life means is just a waste of an existence. And so they go in and out of rehab, in and out of prison, in and out of bad relationships because of this event happened. This means that they are X. Second person that was raped. They said, you know what, because this happened, that means not another woman will be hurt by this person. Not another person will be hurt by this sick creature. Not another person will be hurt. 2 different meanings. One disempowers you and then changes your whole entire life, and the other empowers you. Second event, somebody that loses a child. I wish that on nobody. But person number 1 loses a child. And they say that because of that event, I'm a bad parent. And because of that, I need to live my whole entire life in guilt. I need to live my whole entire life in suffering because I wasn't there to go protect the child. I didn't do enough. I didn't be enough. I didn't serve enough. So they live their whole entire life in this disempowered state. The second person ends up losing a child. But their meaning they put behind it is because I lost a child, it's my time to step up and make a difference in the world. Because I lost a child, that means it's my time to step up and help thousands of other people. I need to go make my difference. See, it's not, I want to really distinctly point this out because I can have debates all day long on these, Holly, all day long. John, are you guys following, by the way? Hashtag follow if you guys are following. I just want to see at the level you guys are playing at right now. Are you following? If you're not, question mark or drop a question down below and we'll get those answered. But I want to point this out. It is not something they wanted to believe. This is points out very clearly. This is not something they wanted to believe, but rather than adopting this type of belief that was disempowering, they had to adopt this new belief that was empowering just to pick up the pieces and be able to move on to their life, to have this empowering life. So they could either choose to have a disempowering meaning, which, by the way, if you unconsciously design your meanings, 99% of the time, it's going to screw you over. It's going to enslave you the rest of your entire life. But good job, you guys are following. Yeah, we're doing something right. But if you consciously design an empowering meaning, which I beg all of you guys to do, if any events are giving you friction, it's not that it shouldn't have happened. It's not that it's unjust. It's not that it's unfair. It's just if you do not develop an empowering meaning of why something happened to you, it will enslave you your entire life. So you got to change the empowering meanings to actually serve you and to give you strength. And so right here, listen closely. This is another quote. If we don't adopt the faith that there is a reason for the unexplainable tragedies in our life, then we will begin to destroy our capacity to truly live. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, hi Donna, hi Ben. You guys just got on for like the really juicy part right there. Let me repeat that. If we do not adopt the faith that there is a reason for the unexplainable tragedies in our life, then we will begin to destroy our capacity to truly live. Okay, so Sherry, what is step 1? How do you do this? All right, let me tell. Let me tell. Do you guys want to know? Like, do you really want to know? I'm just curious. If you want to know, drop a 5 down below. If you want to know how to change the meanings in your life, just like that, you make it sound so simple. Like if you want to know how to do it, drop a 5 down below. And I'll show you a very simple 1, 2, 3, 5-step process I've used. Not on myself. I used it on myself today. I used it on 20 plus people today already. I've used this on thousands of people today. I've had the honor to get to speak on stage for now, 6 years of my life. And I've been training since, over 10 years. I'm just going to say over 10 years. So this stuff works what I'm trying to teach you right now. But if you guys want to know the answer to this, drop a 5 down below and I'll give you the 5-step if you want. Mr. Hula, Mr. David, Mr. John and Brian and Rhonda and Leah. Hi, Leah. All right, here you go. Okay, step number 1. I want you to write down the event in your life, whether it's big or little. Write down the event in your life that's giving you some level of friction. That's Bentley talking. That was not me. Guilt or frustration or anger, whatever. Just write down the event. And now step number 1, here's what I want you to go and do. Listen closely, right here. Number 1. What do you have to believe in order to feel this way? So what meaning are you putting on this event in order to feel this way? What do you have to believe in order to feel this way? What do I have to believe? Every human has two core fears. It's not being enough, not being loved. Because this happened, that means I'm not good enough. Because this happened, it means I'm not lovable. Because this happens, this means I'm a failure. Because this happened, I don't know what the meaning is. But I've had talked to thousands of human beings and we all tend to think alike. So because this happened, what does it mean to you? Not your conscious meaning, but like if it's giving you friction, you're putting a bad meaning on it. So that's step number 1. Step number 2. I want you to ask yourself, is it true? Is it 100% true that belief is right? Is it 100% true that event meant this? Is it 100% true? Is it true I'm not good enough? Is it true I'm a screw up? Is it true I'm not loved? Is it true that I'm a rejection? Is it true I'm a failure? Is it true I'm not smart enough? Is it true? Is it 100% true? Do I know? Have I collected all the different data? Have I collected all the different research? Have I asked all the different sources? Have I given my everything? Is it 100% true on what my belief was, on what my belief is? Is it 100% true? Is it 100% true? Can you guys drop the answer down below? Can you guys drop the answer down below? Is that belief that you unconsciously put on there, is that 100% true? Can you drop down a heck no? Or whatever naughty words you want to use. But it's no. It's not 100% true. If you're actually authentic and you really get into it, I've never had any human being say, yeah, you know what, Sherry, it is true. Nah, it's not. Okay, next part. When you actually believe this thing is true, Rhonda, whenever you believe this thing is true, Brian, Tracy, Holly, Carrie, Greg, when you believe this is true, how does it make you feel? When you actually believe that you're not good enough, whenever you believe that you're not loved, whenever you actually believe that you're a failure, if you actually believe that you're a mistake, if you actually believe that you're not smart enough, whenever you actually believe this, David, Carrie, John, when you actually believe this stuff, how does it make you feel? But more importantly, what does it cost you? What does it cost you in the past by actually holding on to this belief? What does it cost you in the past with relationships, with finances, with experiences, with love, and with happiness? What does it cost the people in your life? Who's no longer in your life because you decide to hold on to these beliefs? Who did you prevent coming into your life because you want to hold on to these beliefs? Currently, what's it costing? And in the future, if you continue to believe these, so what you're creating right now is you're creating this leverage thing. If you want to, we did this yesterday, but if you want to get yourself to change something, or if you want to get free, you've got to attach pain to the bad thinking. You got to attach pain to the limiting belief. You got to attach pain to the bad pattern. You attach enough pain, like it's done. It's done. So if you continue to believe this for the next 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, for a lifetime, by the way, how fast does time go by? How fast does time go by? Can you guys drop down like a hashtag? I need some help here. I need some help here. Can you just come over to the house and we can do this in person? It'd be way cooler over Facebook Live. But there you go, Holly. Thank you. Cost me success in relationships and businesses. Ouch, it's the truth, Patty. It's so true. Tang? So then the next step is, this is the good step. Good job, Rhonda. You helped me out with the word fast. Hashtag fast. That's how fast the time goes by. If you guys are getting value from this so far, drop a hashtag value. I just want to see how many of you guys are following with me. But coming back to this, is the next step you want to go and take yourself through is, okay, so what if I didn't believe this way? How would it feel? If I never had this thought that I was never good enough, if I never had this limiting thought that I wasn't smart enough, if I never had this limiting thought that people would leave you, if I never had this limiting thought, how would it feel? What would I gain in my life? What would I gain in my life? Relationships and spirituality and happiness and fun. Like what would it feel like? What could I do in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? What could I explore? Who could I help? How could I serve? Like, what would it be like waking up in the morning if I didn't have this heaviness? What would it be like? And I want you to go ahead and say, for the next part, I want you to go ahead and say, what is your truth? And it's going to be the opposite of this bad belief we had in our heads. It's going to be the very opposite. What's so beautiful about this, or ironic, is normally these limiting beliefs that cause all this friction about how the world should be, how people should be. This limiting belief is always, the truth is the opposite of it. So if you think I'm not good enough, the opposite is I'm plenty good enough. So if your limiting belief was, whatever it was, I'm not smart enough, say, I'm totally smart. In fact, I'm Einstein brilliant. Done. I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm totally good enough. You know, I'm not lovable. I am so much lovable. That's not in proper grammar, but you get the point. Like, what is the opposite? Go and write down that below. And actually, I want you to comment down below. What is your truth? What is your truth? What is your truth? I am strong. I am empowered. I do have worth. I am valued. I am loved. In fact, I'm receiving so much love every single day. I am worth it. I do bring value. I am intelligent. What is your truth? Drop it down below. Drop down what your truth is down below. I want to know, and I want to just honor what your truth is, David. I want to honor what your truth is, Tracy and Kevin and Tom and Mary. I want to honor what your truth is. Drop it down below. And then the last part, let me tell you what the last part is, my favorite part. The last part, we're bringing it home here, the last part. I don't know if you guys are ready for the last part. I don't know. Okay, the last part is this. Write down 3 references on how you know your truth is true. 3 reference points on how you know your truth is true, Rhonda. John, totally fantastic, extremely lovable. I am valuable, Rhonda. I am worthy, Holly. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, how do you know that's true? How do you know you're worthy? How do you know you're valuable? How do you know you're totally fantastic and very lovable? How do you know? And so here's a trick. You want to go back to your past and bring forward a memory that validates that you are worth it, Patty. That validates that you are serving your purpose, Carrie. How do you know? I don't want vagueness. I want specific details. An example we used earlier today with Miss Tracy was at age 19. She was running 5 different restaurants. Hello? That says she's enough. That says she's good enough. Somebody else we got the honor to with Brian, get to talk with Brian. Okay, he ran a 100-mile marathon. Like that alone says he's capable and he's strong and he's brilliant and he is enough. You know? Another doctor, he came to the table and he's like, hey, you know what? I know I'm good enough. I know I'm capable because I survived an attack that I should have died from whenever I was in my teens. Like I survived. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. So what is 3 reference points, Kevin, Jody, Tracy, Holly? What are 3 reference points that you know for a fact I'm lovable? And these can be something small back from kindergartner, that you learn how to tie your shoe properly because that means you're smart. Or you got the lead singing role in the choir whenever you were 12. Or maybe one of your friends, or maybe right now. If you need a moment, let me just tell you right now, you are all of that stuff. Period. So if you need a reference point, I'm giving you one right now. You are worth it. The fact that you're even on this call wanting to do more, be more, serve more, you're listening to this, you're this far into the tape, that puts you in like the top 0.001% of the entire population that's going around just so unconscious, being victims to James, victims to the environment, victims to the circumstances, but not you. You're on here. So that can be one of your examples if you just need another example. But drop down, what are your guys' examples? I'm just curious. I just want to know. One person wrote one time that they were good enough because their dog loved them. Period. It's perfect. So what are your reference points? So that's the homework. So just to recap really quick is number 1, whatever event that's giving you friction, what do you have to believe in order to get this friction? Meaning, what is the meaning you're putting on this event? What do you have to believe in order to feel this way? Number 2, is it 100% true? Are you sure you got all the facts? Are you for sure that's the truth? No, it's not. Okay, number 3, how does it make you feel whenever you actually believe this stuff, and what's it costing you? Good job, Holly. Good job. Bring it on. I know this because I survived depression. I worked hard and I found the way and never gave up. That says I'm a winner. That says I'm lovable. That says I am enough, period. The next step is, what's it going to cost you if you continue to believe this? What's it currently costing you right now? The next step is, what is the opposite? So you say your truth. So if your problem was I'm not enough, then your antidote is I am enough. And now provide me references. How do you know for a fact? I want to know, how do you know for a fact? Well, because Sherry Hollaback told me I am. That's how. That can be one of yours. I'm sure you have millions of your own. But okay, so that's the conclusion tonight. If you guys got value from this, just drop a hashtag value. And the second thing I'd really honor if you guys could do is whatever was the most helpful moment for you from this Facebook Live, if you could drop it down below and let me know what was the one insight that helped. What was the thing that was most helpful that really connected with you? If you guys could drop that down below, I would be addicted to you. Oh, wait, I already am. Can you do me a favor and have the most incredible night of your life tonight? Good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be doing the second part of chapter 4. Bye.